Hello everyone, I'm Robin with Robin33. Welcome. I'm just trying to pull everything up for you so we can get started. There we go. How's everybody doing today? Are you excited? I'm excited to show you this today. I got some really cool stuff going on. Well, YouTube beat out Facebook today. I can't pull it up. Alright, so we're just going to go back out and come back in and see if that works. And if you're watching on Facebook, I apologize if I do not see your comments. This new thing that they've done, just can't, there we go, just can't seem to see when people pop on. I don't know why. All right, looks like we're good in both places. When you hop on, let me know where you're watching from. Hey Monica, welcome. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. I am not, oh, jeez. Now we're on the wrong program here. Now it's, ay. Well, we'll go back in again. There we go. All right. Hey, Judith. Yay, Judith is in the house. We are going to try this UV resin today. I actually got it to work yesterday, and it is so cool. But what I did was I bought a cheaper UV ray, and not the UV ray that was specifically designed for this resin by Signature. So let me plug this in. You're supposed to plug it into your computer, but I also read that if you have like an adapter like this for your iPhone or your Mevo or whatever you plug in, that this is by far better than plugging it into your computer. So there goes all my papers. Oh well. So doesn't this look like a half of a football helmet? It's got an actual timer here for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or 90 seconds. But see, when I turn that on, can you see the blue light? That is supposed to cure the resin. And all I did was pour it in those holes and stick it under there. Now, usually they have like a silicone mold, and I bought this because I knew if it didn't work, I could get it to work with this. This has a little square in here. These are to make earrings. This has a little square that fit exactly the square in the middle of that piece of pie. So I tested it on here first. I put a little bit in here. Then I even found some little blueberry bushes there, and I threw a couple of those in there. Then I added the blue resin and put it under the light, and it just popped. Like it was just perfect. Popped it right in there. It was a little loose, so I thought, well, let's see if it works by pouring it in there. So I poured some more in there, let it set up, put it back under the UV light, and I did it a couple of times, and it was still tacky. And it was tacky because this one, made specifically for the Signature resin, was a stronger UV light than what I was using. So I took that one back and we picked up this one. So I saved this whole piece of half a pie to go ahead and do this. I know, it was so much fun. So we're going to give that a shot, and we're going to do it live. So watch it not work for me then. But anyhow, this set has a lot of letters to it. So what I did was I went ahead and I painted or stained the piece that I'm going to be using it on. Actually, we need to glue this one. So let's glue. I saved some letters to glue on the end here. And I also saved a blueberry. Now I'm just using this Harbor Freight. Like, what kind of glue would I call this? This is like that, you know what glue I'm talking about. But anyhow, this stuff worked pretty good. So there's all lines on each one of these signs on where you're supposed to put your letters. So you do have a guide. So I saved these, and all I did was I'm not really even squeezing this. So all I did was squeeze a little bit on the back, put it in place, and hold it for a couple seconds, and boom, it's in place. I would highly suggest, this is a different font, so when you are adding these letters, I would have it all spelled out to the side first, so you can make sure, because most times you see the big part of the B at the bottom, and on this font the B, the little part of the B is at the bottom, not at the top. And if you inverted it, it wouldn't, your lines would show. So you really need to pay attention when you're adding your letters. But what I tell everybody is do one at a time. Don't try and do them all at the same time. That's your best bet. Now with these, I added a little bit of scrapbook paper to the banner because I thought that would be cute. So we are finishing this sign out. So see, I just kind of put it in place and make sure that it's where it needs to be. Adjust it and then put pressure on it with my finger. All these are already done. All these are done. All these are done. This set even comes with a little gnome. And we need to glass him up a little. So I even went back and got the clear resin because I thought it'd be so cute to add the resin to the little jam jar. Now the jam jar has little lines at the top, like where you would normally wrap roping around. Well, what I did was I took a little piece to the side because you didn't want to put it on the bottom because that's going to get glued straight on your sign. So I took it to the edge and trimmed it, and then I made a little bow and glued that on there too. So this is kind of like a super glue. Okay? And it's working pretty good, I think. And I think it's less expensive than that Loctite that I use. So it's basically eyeball it, put it in place while you still can, and then hold it down. And that should be the last of our letters. So I'll show you what colors I used on this set in case you wanted to do the same. This is pale blue. That is the background here. The background on this is a walnut stain, which I stained the front and the back. But with this one, I was going to do this, and then I changed my mind, so I just left it that way and stained it. All the letters were, the score line for the letters were on here. So this gets the homemade jam put in the middle there. This little board, cutting board, gets the piece of pie put in there. So we have to glue this on. So I thought what we would do is let's play with the resin. And see, I try different colors with my design. I put them on the back because that way if I don't like it, I can change it. So I always do my testing on the back. I had a little piece here that I had colored on the front and the back. little scrap piece. That's the way I test it anyhow. Alright, so for these, this jam jar and his hat, I use the navy Posca marker. For the blueberries, I use the regular blue. There's like 3 shades of blue with this set. So this is what I did. I colored these. Then I did the green. But you know how blueberries kind of have that shading to it? So what I did was, once it dried, and it only takes a couple seconds, I went back and I grabbed the purple. And then I just did that center part with the purple. Doesn't that look good? It kind of gives it that two-tone shaded look that you really do get with blueberries. And I don't do anything but dab this in place because this is a medium point, and I don't want to get real heavy or crazy with it because then I may have issues all over. So there's our banner that we're going to string with some burlap string or twine across. So what I want to do here is I am going to do, yikes, this is still showing up blue. I used my dabber on these, and then I used just one of those throwaway sponge brushes on that. But I thought it's much easier for me to go back and do the letters once they're glued on and in place. Hi, Nanny Dot. Oh, I always have trouble with this thing. You know me and my white Adirondack. There we go. And there's a little bit on the lid, so I'm going to just pop it off here. But I thought I would do the lettering last. And I chose to go with the white. I think that really pops. Regardless of if it's on the blue or the red or the that one. And see how easy it is to do with it all glued in place. And thanks to everybody that was looking for formula for my granddaughter. One of my daughter-in-law's cousins found 12 containers of it over in the Wilkesboro, Scranton area. So she went to pick it up today. So she got some. My son found some. And then another friend has 2. So 6, 7, 8, and 12. So she's got 20 jars or containers of formula. It's a special formula for babies that have stomach issues. And because she was a preemie, she needs it. So she's doing good. And she's outgrowing some of the belly issues that she had. I love all these blues together. I'm a blue jeans girl. I love my blue jeans. So I love blues and purples. My favorites. And I put my picture of my pie on there yesterday, and I said, tell me what you like on your pie. And nobody said anything. I love ice cream on my pie. Cool Whip if there's no ice cream, but ice cream's my go. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna distress this a little. Kind of highlight it on the sly. Just down the side. There we go. Just to make it look a little weathered. So there we go. So that one's done. Now, let's do this one. because this one is almost finished. Right? Oh, only kind. I love warm colors too, but I like my blues. But see how easy it is to do these while they're in place? The thing that takes the longest is gluing them in place. I tried using tweezers. I don't do so well with those. So I'm going to look for something that I can hold the letters. See, I have a problem with, I hold them with my left hand to do the glue, but then I use my right hand to place them. So I'm constantly putting down the tweezers, and I got my one letter crooked, but I think that's what gives it character. I didn't glue that good, because we are going to try and put resin on that. So that's that sign. Then let's do this one. Now I'm leaving this. I painted this with this golden brown. That's what I used on the pie crust. Now, do I want to go navy on that, but white on these? Let's just see. I'll let that dry a minute, and I'll do the fresh baked. Oops. Can always correct with a baby wipe, or go back over that with the blue. Alright, so you really have to be careful with this one. And you know what? You're probably better off. See, this has a frame that goes around this. So you're probably better off leaving this off, the frame off, until you're done putting your letters on and doing your letters. Because I'm getting awful close to that frame with my dabber. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that white anyhow. So we're just going to go right over that. Some of the blue came through. So we're going to let it dry a few minutes, and then we're going to try and go back over that. There we go. Like I said, I just love the Adirondack white, because it really is a bright white. Yeah, stuck my hands right in that paint. Alright, let's try dabbing over it again. There. That's a wrap. Alright, just stick that in there, let it soak. Alright, now with this, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do the resin. And we may go back and do some more. So what I did was I took my blue resin. I got some of these, they're styrofoam, blueberries from Michael's. Now, you know what I have to do? I have to go in here and color some of this blue. And that's something that I should have, like, in the beginning, I should have colored these holes in. There is a score line here that shows you where this pie is supposed to go. So you could actually just go ahead on your sign before you put this on. You could go ahead and color that whole area. I just think it looks better if it kind of matches the resin, which is really this color. So we'll just do this. But going forward, I would take and color this whole thing the navy blue if you plan on doing the resin. This is why I do it, because that way we can eliminate any extra steps afterwards. Okay, that won't even touch in there. Nope. Alright. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take some of these blueberries, and I'm just going to stuff them in some of the holes. But you know what I'm going to do before we do that? I'm going to add a little bit of this glue in here. And then I'm going to stick the blueberries on top of that glue, like that, so it holds them in place. And this looks like the bigger hole, so I think we can get 3 in here. Oh yeah. And don't worry if you got to squish them in. That's okay. This looks like it'll fit 2. Because afterwards I wished I would have glued mine in. And this is great because this will act as a mold to hold them in place, to hold the resin in place. Let me see if I can bring it in for you a little bit. That way you can see better what I'm doing. How's that? So all we're doing is taking a few off. I'm pulling like 2 or 3 off. They are styrofoam, so if the white is showing, put that on the bottom. Oh, that's already off. I'm just putting a few dots in there and stuffing my blueberries in there. And as quantities last, if you order the set, I will even throw in a branch of this. I was able to pick this up at Michael's for about, they were on sale for $2.99, I think. But this is going to make it look like real pie. And that's what we want. Alright. A whole chunk. Now I did not see that you had to wear a protective mask with this stuff. So I think it's somewhat different than the resin that you have, the 2 parts that you put together. So we're getting it filled. Now if you're on Facebook, I'm not seeing any comments except Nanny Dots hi. So if anybody else is chiming in, I can't see anything. I'm sorry. I just want to do a good job of filling this as best I can. See if we can cram these two in here. Yep. There's even room for a third. So let's get that in there. I know the resin is real popular right now, but you couldn't do like a tumbler with this resin. It's totally different. Well, I think I shot that one. Let's get this big old blueberry in there. There's all different sizes, so whatever fits. Now, for this one, I'm going to try cutting it in half with my fingernail and see if we can get that in there. Okay. So here's what it looks like up close. See how that looks like a real pie? I guess it would help if I held it down here, huh? Or, there we go. Look at that. Isn't that cool? See the blueberries sticking up? Alright, let's bring you down again. Sorry if I'm making anybody dizzy. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the resin. Make sure you can see that. And we are just going to try and pour this in all the holes. It should stay in place because this is acting as the mold. Okay, the UV light came from Michaels, and so did the signature UV resin. It all came from Michaels. I would suggest getting it online because you can get a discount online. So see how I'm just kind of, well, it comes out just like a jelly almost, like a runny jelly. And you want to get out any bubbles that come out. If you have to, you can go back over at the end and puncture those with a toothpick or something. But see, I'm just getting a little on these. I don't like what I just did there. Like it ran over. But you know what it looks like when you have a pie. You get that anyhow. So I just wiped it off with that. It's very easy to do. But I'm just trying to cover part of the, and I purposely picked the blue because I thought it would blend in really nice with the blueberries. There are some out there that you can color them, but I think you're better off just buying, and I think there's only like 6 colors. So I'm just kind of going back and forth and getting it in the hole and over top of the blueberries. Now I can smell a little bit of a smell now that I couldn't yesterday. See, there's a bubble. We don't want bubbles. Bubbles are not our friend. I think this bottle was like 9 something. See, I'm noticing some didn't get filled in here, so I'm going back and just trying to get it in those holes. Now let me see if I can get some of that off. the top. There we go. Now we're just going to put it under there. And it actually went on for 90 seconds. So I don't know if you can see that there. Went off. I'm going to do it for 60. It shuts itself off when it's done. But I also thought I would try this where we put the clear on top of that and see what happens. And maybe we'll just set it on top of that because I didn't have anything silicone. So this way, if it drops down in there, it's okay because when it dries, you can just pop it right out. Excuse me. Says 19 seconds. And then if that works on here, we're going to coat these with some clear too, just to give them some style. We might get a little crazy. We'll see. Okay, it says it's done, but now it's going again, so I don't know why it, but isn't that cool? See how it just, let's see. A little tacky. So I'm going to put it under for at least 60 seconds. Because see, what happens with these, the UV can penetrate through the silicone. With the wood, it can't. Okay, so that's why it has to go in there a little longer. And then I was told yesterday that if you don't have this plugged into an electrical outlet and you have it plugged into your computer, it's not going to be as strong as if you had it plugged into an outlet. So mine was a little bit tacky yesterday, so I ended up sticking it in the sun and left it sit in the sun for a while. But they are hard now. Just got to remember to put the lid on. So it went off, but yet when I pull it out, it goes on. So it must set off by movement too. I think it's a little tacky. So I think I could put it in there for 90 seconds and then bring it out and again, stick it in the sun. I mean, the sunlight is going to cure it. It must, if you set it at this, it must sense when you put something in here, because as soon as I put that in there, I didn't have to touch this. It went on. All right, next we're going to try this. We're going to try just drizzling. I want to make this look like real glass. So let's just try and drizzle the top of this and see what happens. Because we want it to look like a real jar of jam. And like I said, if it goes down the sides, it's okay because it's sitting on top of the silicone. You probably could use a silicone mat too. Alright. You come out of there. You're done. It's her turn. Oh, the fumes. Oh. And then maybe what I can do is I can put a little bit of the clear on here too to get some different colors. Like we have some of the blue here, but let's get a little bit of the clear on there too. You know, when you make a pie, it's messy. It comes through the top, the lattice. So we want it to look real. I just thought it'd be something neat to try. I need a little blue in there because I'm trying to cover up that light blue backing that I didn't mess with. I think it'll look fine. I'm going to put this right in the front there too. Might as well. The other one had a little stand, so it's kind of nice. You could just flip the stand down and close it down, but this is definitely supposed to be stronger. And then we'll glue our little jam jar on here. I know, right? I am getting a little bit of a smell now, where yesterday I wasn't. So this is probably a stronger UV, so I think I definitely would wear a mask. I was used to these when I used to get my nails done, so let's pull it out. Let's see what happened. Let's put that in. Okay, it's a little tacky, but look at how that looks. I think it looks pretty awesome. Like, can you see the glassiness on it? Yeah, I'm liking that. But I'm thinking now we need to do, well, no, kind of separates it from the glass. I would, however, put this back in here or sit it in the sun. But it's not going to drip. See, it's not dripping. It's just a little tacky to the touch. Like, I can see a small imprint when I push on it. I know, but isn't that so realistic? Like, I just think that is so cute. And look what that does for the sign. Like, that just really, really makes it. Because it just pops. So I think we're going to need to do the blueberries with the clear. And these blueberries with the clear. And I don't know. I think we should do something on him. Maybe his cupcake. Let's do his cupcake. Why not? Just go easy and kind of like gently squeeze the bottle. You don't want a whole lot running out. It just kind of pulls to the side of your wood, like it kind of stops at the edge, which is kind of cool. Because it doesn't run over. Alright, let's pull that out. Let's stick our little gnome in there. Come on. There. I had to double click it. And let's put this in there with it too. Can't hurt it to be in there a little longer.
Yes, you carry pressure treated 1x8.
And then let's do the top of our blueberries.
1x8.
It just gives it that glassy look that you probably could get, but you'd really have to use a bunch of shellac to get that on there. This leaves just like a coating on top, like of glass.
And how about the 16-footers?
Excuse my husband. He doesn't realize how loud he is sometimes. See, it went right to the edge. It didn't even go over. That probably would be a good idea, Judy, to do it outside. It's just a slight bit tacky, but look at how see how glassy the little cupcake turned out? This is an awesome tier tray. Alright, let's stick that guy in there. It just gives it that extra pop, I think. I'm going to do these blueberries. I'm going to get UV crazy. And I'm just going gentle like, and it's just pulling at the very edge of the wood. So maybe that has something to do with like the edge where it's scored on the edge. So it just walks right to there. You can see from up above where you're lacking. Oh my gosh, this just looks like candy. Alright, I'm going to put this right there. Put this back under here. Turn it back on for 90. And let it do that. And then when that's done, then I'll do these two. But that is so cute. Can you see the glass effect on that? That just makes it, I think. Forget faux, man. I like this. Oh, we're going to have to do the ones on here, too. It's got to look the same. It's saying it has 60-some. When I do these, I even have a bunch of different blueberries over here, so when we put it together on our stand, which we should probably glue, now that we're done this, we should probably glue this down while we're waiting for that to finish. And I really don't have a whole lot in here left. Alright. Well, let's hope that little corner grabs. And I bought the, Nanny Dot said she's ready for a piece of blueberry and ice cream, too. Yeah, right? Nope, that didn't hold. So, let me try this again. My husband swears this glue works, but every time I try it, I have no luck. I have no luck even getting it out of the container. This will hold. It always does. It just takes a while for it to hold. See them? Alright, now our jam jar will go in the middle there. Oh, I wish there was some left in here. I love the effect this resin leaves on this. Nope, ain't gonna work. Okay. All right. See, as I'm squeezing gently, I'm trying to conform to the edge of the blueberry, and that seems to be holding it in place. Alright, let's put those in there. Maybe I should do the leaves. Make it look real and shiny. Put that under there. And do these two. See, I kind of just drag it. Okay. And see these, I'll show you how I did this yesterday. These, this little thing came with little earring backs. So what you would do is you would pour this in the mold, then stick your little earring back. I guess you would glue it, or do you stick it in the mold? or they say use E6000. So you can use that as the glue. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and fill these two with the blue, and we'll put them in there because I can show you how they work. That's all you do with that. And then you would just stick this in there too. Actually, this blows out. There. We're still a little tacky. A bubble or two. Just pop in some bubbles. Bubbles are not our friend. They will dry as a bubble. There we go. Those are going to look so cute on the front. Do we need to do his hat too? I'm going UV crazy. Okay. See that? I got little earrings. Now you could put glitter in there, and then I can take E6000. Now this is really hard, and it's not sticky at all because it penetrated right through here. With the wood it can't. Aren't those cute? I could make these for my granddaughter. She got her ears pierced. So I'll just glue the little backs on and I'll send those to her. She'll like that. Alright, let's do our little blueberries there. Now, should I do this hat? It does look realistic, doesn't it? Let's do his hat. Go big or go home. We're jacking it up. See, and then we can put some big blueberries around here. I don't know why the leaves came off. Judy said yes, do the hat. Yeah. We're doing it, Judy. We're jacking it up. I came off of there, so we got to fix it. We don't need that one. Okay, that one's done. I can put that up there. Yoo-hoo! Okay, little hat. There we go. Actually, we could put this one on here. I had more. And I thought that right here. I guess they're not. Huh. There's our little, actually, let's put this down here. We could even put this through here. There, it'll hang right there. Like that. Oops. There. And when our gnome is done, we can put him on there. Actually put him right in the middle. Right there like that. And then we can hang this down there. What do you think? We did good, girlfriend. This looks real and glassy. And I could put this out in the sun, and the UV rays from the sun will also make it stronger. Now let's leave a lot on this end, and let's leave some more on this end. I even found blueberry ribbon. I had to buy some. I didn't have any. So, this I'm thinking, well, let's make it even. Thinking maybe right here in front. Yes. Now we could have probably even did the same thing with some of the foils too, but I want to try something different. Bugs. There, like that. Then I think maybe we need some tan ribbon. Yeah. Let's go with this. We just need a bow. Yep. I don't know if I'm liking that on there. Maybe a tan with the black. Yep, I listed, Judith. Don't have anything with blue dots. So, why not? Yep, in fact, it's already in the description, and it's already there. I'm just going to do 3. And then I'm thinking some of that in the front. You always have to have a little greenery. And see, look at that. That blueberry does not want to stay, and it has to. Yep, I listed her this morning. I'm still trying to find out why you can't leave a review. I still have that in the works. Where is my... Sometimes if it were a snake, it would bite me because it's that close. I'm just not looking. Yeah, it's $16.95 for the unpainted set. Maybe what I'll do, that pop out. It done popped out. Stupid wire. All right. Now, we're going to take one of these. Don't like that. Thought I had a big one of these left. I guess I don't. Nope. And I think we're going to put a little greenery in the bow. kind of like it, I think, like that, instead of pulling it through. Maybe I should use baby blue. I don't know. I can't believe how glossy that looks. Now, I put that. I think I just need to turn it down a little with that greenery. Just like that. Turn on my glue gun. Pick up my rope. And then when that is warm, we will glue those right in there and just tie it to the top. Just like that. And this, I'm going to go under the front with, like that. And then we can go right through the hole with this up here. Actually, right through this hole. Oh my gosh, I need to go out and get some pie. Doesn't that look cute? Don't mind me, I am paying attention. Hey, Vicky! See? I cannot see all the comments. I know you have. You have got to go look at the Check the Barn. I tried to tag you in it. We have a new door hanger called Check the Barn. Oh, cowboy boot. I even tried to send you a message through Etsy, but it wouldn't. I don't know why. But look at this. We used resin on these. See how glossy that came out? We used the UV light and used the UV resin. And then we ended up with that look. And it even looks like real pie. Come on. See, we stuck little blueberries in there. Did you? What'd you think of the buttes? I thought of you when I did it. I did. Okay, this should be ready. So, yes, good. That's what I love about this tier tray. There's so much you can do to it. And these holes really help add more. No problem. Oh my gosh. Just a little klutz. Big klutz. Alright. These went up there. Let's put this in before we anything else over. Ay, ay, ay. Cute. Now, I want to add some greenery to this. So, we are going to see if we can get that through there. We can't, but we can glue it on. This is by far the cutest one I've seen. We got a lot of stuff coming up, Miss Judy. A lot of coastal stuff, too. Oh, I wish I would have known you had that blueberry ribbon. I had to go buy it. I had none. And with her, you could only buy it in 5-yard increments, which is okay. I understand. But, come on, stay on there. Got no choice. There. But we want this seen, so we're going to pull this back like that. And then we're putting these down front, under. And if we wanted to, we could even take this. We could put some of these in here too. And look, they look so good with that, so glassy like that. There we go. It's done. Woohoo! We did it. We did it, we did it, we did it. With our resin. You know what? We're going to cut this like this. And we're going to create a little bow. It is. Because it's sitting on boats somewhere. So, that just needs that right there. There we go. There is our berry tier tray. Whoop whoop. I try. I love doing stuff like this. You know that. I try to come up with something different. Gets boring, the same old stuff. And look at that. I even got a pair of earrings out of it for my granddaughter. And they are solid. There's no tackiness to that. So the wood does create a little tackiness because the light can't penetrate all the way through. But like this one, that pie I did yesterday, so I put it out in the sunlight for a while too. Which you might have to do that with some of these. They're still a little tacky. Alright. I will be back on Monday with new stuff. So I will see you then. Thank you.